You know the Hisho are sitting there like, it is the last day for us to roost. Dun dun dun. There are a lot of baby chickens on Hisho land right now. Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is Endless Space 2 Penumbra. We are playing as the Diasporid, a community custom faction designed for new players, and we are kicking the butt and taking the names right now. We have begun declaring, well, we've begun kicking the crap out of the Hisho, frankly. We're at war with them, we are all up in their business. We actually have hacks running on their capital too, which I'm basically waiting for those to finish before I finish them off. I haven't actually captured Zane, mainly because I'm waiting for that. As you can see, next turn Zane is going to have 0 manpower to defend with, and I'm just going to leave a ship there and let them bleed out and wait for that hack to finish, I think. And then once our hack is done and we've had the chance to maybe steal some technology from them, then we'll go ahead and finish them off. Right now we have this set of taxi fleets, or this set of taxi ships rather, in a fleet, waiting to pick up some more siege engines and bring them back to the war front along with our hero that is currently right here so that we can swap him onto another army. How many turns are we looking at here though? 7 turns before our next siege ship. In that time, this fleet can get there and back again, so we're gonna send them over here. We'll end up putting him at the lead of another fleet, and then we'll go ahead and come back and pick up our other siege ships as they finish. It was brought up in the comments, so I think I'll cover it here. One of the reasons we're building these siege ships is to preserve manpower so that we don't end up wasting a bunch of manpower on each invasion, and thus we can invade their entire empire relatively quickly. The other reason why we're using the siege ships is because if you siege like this and then capture the system, there's a much better chance that you don't destroy improvements and things like that than if you were to, say, attack and use orbital bombardment over and over and over again to like wean them down manpower-wise before you conquer them. So that is why we're doing it the way we're doing it, which in my opinion is the right way to do it, but that is absolutely just my opinion. It does vary for your faction as well, but for our faction it makes more sense to do that. Hey, look at that, we found another line, and let's go this way. All we're doing over here now is exploring and finding new targets. Wait, okay, that is a different shade of green. I was gonna be like, hey, is that the same green? It is not. In fact, don't we know who that is? We do. That is the Vaulters right there. They're not very happy with us. The pressure trend with them is not good. The pressure trend with these guys is great, and the pressure trend with the Riftborn isn't particularly splendid either. Do we want to consume any populations here? Honestly, this gene splicing effect is really, really nice. I would consider doing Sisters of Mercy. I would also consider doing Harashems. Don't really want to do a Pistis here, and actually, when we think about doing the Sisters of Mercy, the thing that we have to remember is that they are... No, that's not them. Wait, which of our... It was Veni, right? Veni is the Sisters of Mercy system, I think. It is. So if we did do Sisters of Mercy and we ate them, Veni would lose almost all of its population, which seems like a really, really bad idea. However, colonizing that seems like a really, really good idea. Let's do those in that order. So we're not going to consume them just yet. Basically, the problem with us consuming or gene splicing our populations right now is that they're so compacted in areas that if we do it, we'll basically cripple an entire system. So we're just waiting on that. Once we have the ability to start sending our pops around to different systems, we can spread them out a little more, and then it's easier for us to just keep eating them. You have met Alata of the Lumeris. I greet you in the name of the 4 families. What's up, bae? I love the Lumeris. Y'all are my favorite. Okay, our hero has leveled up. Tavoth has gained a level. Let's go ahead and give him his next combat ability. So what is that going to be? Movement on fleets is always a good ability, but so is flat damage. I'm going to go for flat damage here because we already have enough movement boosting with our taxi fleet, being honest. Oh, look at that. How sad. We captured that little hawk right there. So we could go in here and we could put on the law for military that gives us a whole bunch of gains for killing stuff. Actually, I mean, why not? We can put it on for 1 turn. We're going to lose 87 influence, which is not a small amount, but at least we're going to gain considerable amounts of, well, I guess we'll only get 100 dust and 100 science, but we also have the option of using this, which will give us an additional bit of science and dust as well. So we're going to go ahead and use take trophies here, and we will just let it go. That was pretty much a given right there. So we got 130 dust, 110 science, and 6 experience. I'm actually not sure whether that was worth the 87 influence we're about to sacrifice, but at the same time, influence isn't necessarily like a resource we're going to be spending a lot, because we're not looking to be diplomatic. We don't need to be diplomatic. We are aggressive, and we get to be aggressive, and I'm totally okay with that. Rhea, however, is our main system, and that is our governor, so I want to see where our happiness is here. We are only content, and the fact that we are only content means that right here I'm probably going to take the happiness boost, unless there's a production boost. Doesn't look like there's any production boosts left though, so we're going to go for the happiness boost right here. Hopefully that will actually increase the happiness in Rhea. It does. We're up to happy now, which is great, because I believe we should be getting additional stuff if we're happy. That is all, of course, dependent on what we've built here, and I'm reasonably sure that we built... Yes, we did. That's on Loyal and Devoted. We're going to get more dust and science, so we actually want to raise our happiness even more if possible. Yeah, we're going to want to raise our happiness a little bit more. That's just a flat-out thing. Pulvis production is great here, gives us additional dust, also reduces the cost of buyouts on things, so we'll definitely want that. And we need to either get arid or lava colonization very, very soon. Somebody was saying that Orm 2 is a very good planet. Oh, it is with the Garden of Eden, that's true. With the Garden of Eden and the Ancient Ruins. So maybe we should prioritize getting arids real quick. Let's do that. PevScale accelerators is already in queue, it's just not our top queue thing. Our top queue thing is AI labor, which is very, very useful for production. However, we can put it right there and we'll finish it in the same turn, which is great. That's exactly what we want. Nusakan is done building everything. Build Pulvis Productions, please. And then after that, build a... yeah, I don't know. Like, we honestly don't want to build any more ships. Our ship upkeep is way, way high right now, so building more ships... Wait a minute, but we can be smart. We can build ships and then sell them to the market. Let's do that. So we're gonna go to Nusakan here, and we'll just build garbage ships. Like, we don't want to build good ships for what we're doing. We want to build garbage ships and sell them. Everybody in the universe can have scout ships. I don't care. I don't care if our enemies buy that. What we don't want them to do is buy, like, our missile boats or something cray like that, because that would be really, really bad for us. We did get G Services Exchange, which gives us access to the marketplace and potentially buying heroes to govern our cities. That's another way we can improve our dust output. AI labor is next. Public 3D printing is also next. That will actually... Public 3D printing will pretty much counter our dust issues on its own. So we really won't have dust issues after that, especially not since every one of our systems seems pretty much prepared to go straight into it. Okay. Behemoth Fleet. Sure, you could use some XP, just go ahead and wreck that thing. Like, shoot it in the face without mercy. Boom, boom, bye. Okay, so it's gone. Our Behemoth is actually ready to be upgraded. The reason we brought him back is because we unlocked additional slots. There we go, they're right there. Do any of our current armor slots share with a support slot? That is something I'm very interested in. That one does, but we're already using it for support, so that means we won't be able to put a tractor beam in there unless we decide to tractor beam some other way. Fleet cloaking level 1. We're not really taking advantage of the fleet cloaking with this, I don't think. I mean, I guess we are, because that makes the Behemoth cloaked, but we don't really need that so much. This I would much rather do, but I don't know if we actually have the materials for it. Interesting. It's letting us apply the design, but I see that we have 0 adamantium. Oh, we just won't be able to upgrade it. That's right. We won't be able to upgrade it. That's okay. Let me take a second to see how much adamantium is on the market, because if we can buy 4 of them, then it's totally worth it. We can only buy 2, and it's excessively expensive. It'll take every cent that we have, so that's not a good deal. Let's look at potential governors here that we might want to pick up. A Lumeris governor could be really, really nice. So could the Riftborn governor, I think. Let's go take a look at what he has to offer us. Additional dust, additional production, additional science, additional science, additional product. Yes, 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 yes. We do not have 5.3k though, otherwise I would totally pick him up. We don't have the money to pick any of these guys up right now, actually, so that's fine. We'll have to think about that later. Sad that we can't upgrade the Behemoth the way that we want to, but that's okay. We'll just upgrade it how we can upgrade it, which is by adding 1 really big weapon. This slot accepts a heavy version of the module, ×2 DPS, ×2 cost as well. I know this is kind of nuts, but can we put a boarding party there? We can't. Why can we not put a boarding party in the top slot? It is technically a weapon. Game, please. Why you do this? Oh, I guess it's not. I guess, is it technically a fleet module? No, it's not. They should make it a fleet module if you can't put it in there. That doesn't make sense. What we can do, though... let's look at our weapons. Our energy damage is actually much, much lower than our projectile damage, so we'll put our basic sync laser right there. By the way, is basic sync laser still our best? It is not. Let's go with the basic hell array laser instead. And then let's go ahead and upgrade our projectiles as well. We're gonna upgrade everything on this ship now that we have the chance, and we'll put a boarding party right there, even though I'm not entirely sure how that works, and there's a very good chance we might just kill everything while we're trying to board them, which would be really, really sad. Basic fighters are still all we have, right? Yes, okay, excellent. Let's go take a look at our armor and make sure that's up to date. Basic reactive plating, basic inert plating, so it is not up to date. So we'll go ahead and update all of these things. Now is definitely the time to do this because I don't want to bring this ship back and have to do it again. We'll put another projectile plating on there, which will even out our defenses, and our weapon damage is almost evened out as well. And that is a defensive / support slot that we're currently using a cloaker in, which realistically isn't a bad idea, but it also doesn't seem like a great idea. Let's see what else we can bring. We can get additional manpower, and we can get protection from boarding. That's actually not bad, being honest. Mining probe is an interesting one because I believe we can probe enemy planets, which could be kind of annoying. I think that would be really funny. However, I'm curious whether we managed to get one of these on, because if we didn't... No, we're gonna take that, actually. We'll switch it over to the repair, mainly because behemoths are expensive and we don't want to have to replace them. So if they have something that heals them a little bit, it actually helps us to sort of mitigate cost in case they do get destroyed. Our siege fleet is still there. Our taxi fleet will be there shortly. Like, they're there now, I think. Yeah, the taxi fleet is here. That's how fast it is. I love the taxi fleet. Oh, that's right. We want to do this. We're going to grab all these units, make a new fleet. That'll leave just our hero there, and then we want to take all these guys, put them in there with our hero. There we go. Now our hero is here, our ships are here, and our taxi fleet is on its way back to pick up more people. Go, taxi fleet, go! Let's go ahead and upgrade our military behemoth if we can. We cannot afford to, it costs way too much. Okay. And we're not going to be able to afford to anytime soon, it looks like. That's okay. In that case, what I might do is I might just send this military behemoth into, like, Bellatrix to harass them. I think that's a good idea. So we'll do that. We now have a fleet here to defend our siege units, which is good. That's what we want. However, we may want to do this. Yeah. We're gonna make our siege units into a new army so that they're lower on the list, because the way that combat tends to work is the first army on the list is the first one to fight, and we want our tank army to fight first, not our siege army, because they'll get wrecked. So that being the case, we're gonna send these guys up here, and they're gonna lock down Bellatrix, and our behemoth is on its way up to lock down Bellatrix as well. If we actually had enough CP, we would put our behemoth in a taxi fleet as well and use the taxi fleet to get him up there, but that's not the case right now. And I think other than that, we're probably good. Yeah, let's end our turn. This game going very, very good for us in comparison to the Endless Legend community patch, which is, yeah, that's turning around on us real quickly. Okay. Diasporan have spawned everywhere. Excellent. We have Pulvis production done. We have built a whole bunch of scouts that we're going to sell on Nusakan. Hey, you guys look like lots of fun. Open up your loving arms. Sell out, here we come. Okay, so we actually did gain a little bit of dust from doing that, realistically. Like, we actually came up on dust doing that. So we can potentially do that as a means of sort of supplementing our income, which is great. Technology stage unlocked in science and exploration. We now have access to the Hyperium engine, which is really cool, but also really resource expensive, and we burn through Hyperium relatively fast with our taxis, so we probably won't go for it much. ITER we will go for. ITER we may actually be able to build almost immediately, so we're gonna jump on that. Magnetic field generators are now an option, as well as exoscience stations, and colonize Arid, which is what we were really waiting for. And there we go, the Booster program is coming. The name of that tech is so beyond me. But that will give us access to +1 systems before expansion disapproval is triggered. We are currently already over, so we're already in expansion disapproval, so that'll at least alleviate the sort of pain of that somewhat. I'm gonna sell that scout right there. Actually, no, I'm not. That scout is our scout for trying to catch these guys. That's right. Let's actually break him out and send him over to that region just because it's... I'm gonna leave him sitting there until we're ready to go after them. We do have the advanced system development now. We haven't done even our first system development, I don't think, but that's because we've been sort of limited on our strategic, or not our strategic, but our luxuries. Yeah, I mean, we have a food luxury and we have a manpower luxury. That's not really great, I guess. Our manpower is fine. Our food is not an issue at all. However, it would allow us to move population, so maybe it is worth it to just go ahead and do food here. Ugh, I hate the idea of that, though. I really hate the idea of that. I think originally our plan was to go with the Transvine. I think we'll do that. We'll do Transvine here, and then we'll see how many systems we can set up with that before we need to go ahead and buy some more Transvine. So I'm going to put AI labor in queue. I'll put intergalactic technology, or ITER in queue after that. We're going to put our level 2 modernization right at the top. And magnetic field generator can go potentially at the top too, depending on how fast it is. It's pretty fast. We'll get it in 1 turn-ish. So yeah, that's fine. We'll leave that there. And then we can also set up colonize arid here somewhere, maybe right there. Yeah, because that way we can get at the same turn we get pulvis productions. That's awesome. And now we're going to go down to Veni here. And we are actually, no, we don't need to go to Veni. We need to go to like Deneb. Deneb is the place that we want to send population from to Veni so that we can sacrifice the sisters and gain their bonus. We're going to go ahead and do AI labor here. We're going to do that. And we're going to put our level 2 modernization in. And that will allow us to begin sending Diasporid over to Veni, which will then allow us to consume the Sisters of Mercy and assimilate them into our Diasporid. Luxury prices increase. Decreasing tensions in the galaxy lead to a general increase in the price of luxury resources. Gee, how fortunate for us that that is a thing now. Can we transvine more? Maybe a little bit. Do we have much transvine left? We have 41 left. Let's see how many more of these we can build before we worry about that. So AI labor in queue here. Actually, AI labor at the top of the queue here. Magnetic field generator below that, and then level 2 city mod. And then right here, we're going to also want to... See, this is interesting, because AI labor is not available here, and I'm not entirely sure why that is. Plus on hot, plus on sterile. Does it just not show here because it's not an option, or what the heck? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I guess we'll just leave that for right now. Does this one have AI labor available? It does not. Maybe predictive logistics is a prereq, but I don't think that's how that works at all. Does AI labor require a resource we no longer have? No. Huh. It's very weird that we can build AI labor in some systems, but not all systems. Hot and sterile. I wonder if it's like helping me essentially and being like, you don't have a hot or sterile there. I don't think that's the case though. See, because there is a hot here, we just haven't colonized it. Very, very interesting to me that we do not see the AI labor in queue here, or even available to be queued here. If it is because of the fact that we don't have a hot or a sterile here, that's actually a really nice improvement, and I would be thankful for that. That's actually a really cool thing the game can do, because one of the things I used to do sort of badly as a player is I would essentially be like, yo, I'm just gonna build everything in this system even if there are no planets that benefit from it, which is really bad. You don't want to do that. But I did it because I'm really bad sometimes. So if that's what that is, if it's just like, no, you can't do that because that doesn't exist, cool. Thank you, game. Take them out, please. Annihilate them all. Decisive victory. We got 60 dust and 20 science from that. We're pretty much using take trophies every time from now on against these guys because they have nothing on us right now. Can you auto-explore? Because if you can, I'm just going to let you do your thing. Good job. Good job, homie. You do your thing. You do your thing, too. All you guys explore. Okay, you guys are fine right there. You're just slowly sieging Bellatrix down. 20 points a turn is nothing. Zane should be empty now. Yeah, Zane is beyond empty now. In fact, Zane is so empty that if we want, we can send our siege fleet over here. It's going to take a few turns for them to reach Bellatrix, but that's okay. The worst thing that could happen is they could be intercepted here in Remor on the way and then destroyed, but even then, it's not the end of the world. It just means that we have to siege for a little bit longer, because that system is losing a large portion of what it has And this fleet right here, we're actually going to move in here and probably take out these pirates. Look at that. That's just some nice XP farming right there. How much? They're all in projectiles too, so if we do hull plating, we'll just wreck them up pretty badly. Yeah, let's do hull plating and just let it go. They're gonna wreck them very, very easily. Yeah. Nice 18 experience for us. We could have done take trophies there, but there's really no reason to. Wow, and they're... Oh, okay, you guys want to fight. Let's do take trophies here. That's fine. I was trying to mitigate damage, but I don't think they're going to do much damage anyway. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage on our tanks right there, but in exchange we got 90 dust and 30 science, and we're still standing, so to speak. We're just going to sit here. No worries about that at all. How many turns left on our hack? 4 turns. Okay, so in 4 turns, we're going to basically topple this empire. Ending the turn here. Serta is just sitting there like, you know the Hishu are sitting there like, it is the last day for us to roost. Dun dun dun. There are a lot of baby chickens on Hishu land right now. Okay, so Orm is right here. New event, Trial by Fire Part 1. A listening outpost on the far edge of your territory has picked up a garbled communication and sends an urgent message up the chain of command. Someone is leaking military secrets to a rival empire and could jeopardize upcoming offensive operations. The message and its origins are unclear, but a digital forensics team is able to pinpoint one clue, that the attached files contain metadata originating from the terminal of an artillery officer of one of your minor civilizations. How dare you? The soldier's record is exceptional, but there have always been those who complained at allowing an outsider to rise so high in military. Okay, so let's be fair here. I don't want to put them on trial because they're a minor faction in the military. That seems really garbage to me. However, we do want militarists, so we're gonna go with start trial here. Sorry, dude, you're in trouble now. I guess you shouldn't have been so good at your job? That doesn't make sense, guys. It doesn't. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Here we're going to want to colonize this area very, very quickly because it does have ancient ruins and Garden of Eden, which are excellent. Whoever pointed that out to me in the comments, thank you. That was a brilliant point. We were kind of just waiting for that tech, which was close in queue, so I'm glad we got that fast. It does look like this is going to take significant turns that way, though, so I might go this route instead. We do not need Xeno-Industrial infrastructure here or actually Xeno-Industrial is what we need. We don't need interplanetary transport just yet because there is no strategics here, so that's actually not going to help that much. These will all help just fine. We'll get Orm there, and then we're probably going to do predictive logistics after that. As we'll notice here, we also do not have a hot or arid, and we do not have the option to build AI, so that's very cool. Thank you, Amplitude devs, for making the game foolproof. I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and sustainable there. Let's put public-private partnerships in. Infinite supermarkets. Actually, infinite supermarkets should be one of the early ones we build, to be honest. That one should probably come right before Orm or right after Orm. We'll put it after Orm 2, because Orm 2 is totally worth getting. And the rest of that stuff should all be fine. Faction assimilated by Jinsame. They have got the sowers on Kuma. That's sad. We were working on the sowers. We weren't working on them fast enough, apparently, but we were working on them. That's okay, though. That just means more people for us to take out. Wait. Is that the Hishos? That is the Hishos. Oh my, that makes me even happier. Okay, so now we have some fun in store for our little Hisho friends. We're gonna go ahead and start by doing this one. Take trophies here just to make a little extra dust and science. And then we're gonna come over here and take maybe this 10 fleet, I'm not sure. I kinda wanna use them, but we could honestly use pretty much any fleet we want to come down here and sort of poke at the Hisho. They do have a medium hunter now though, y'all see that? They've got their medium hunter ships. Is that from the Jinsame? Or is that from the Hisho? That's cray. Okay, so let's, very interesting. Or I mean, is that from the minor, not the Jinsame? Harashems have 10, Diasporan have 3. I'm super, super curious about this now. Like, I wanted the sowers really bad, guys. I really did, and they kind of scrooged us on that. Maybe if we take that system without killing too many pop, though, we can still get them. That would be my hope. Let's look at the location for this scout. You really, holy moly, look at that. That, my friends, is a fleet stack from the Lumeris. They're like, yo, check it out. Although they're all really small fleets, I guess. Okay. In this case, we are going to retreat, because our scout gains nothing from fighting these guys. He's going to run back that way, which is unfortunate. I had hoped he would run forward. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case, though. You, sir, when you land, I want you to land there, and we're going to start shooting off probes over here so that we can actually start, like, free traveling over here if we need to get past those pirates. We have discovered an asteroid field, which produces an additional 50 production. It is nowhere near us, though, so we probably won't end up encompassing that in our influence. This we already do, which is nice, but that's just +1 influence and +1 science. I would have much rather had 50 production or 50 influence there. However, our influence is positive for the first time in a long time, so that is a plus. Do we have any laws that we haven't taken that we might want? Trusted Broker is not my favorite law at all. In fact, it's probably one of the most garbage laws in my opinion. I don't know, a lot of people seem to like the pacifist laws. I don't. I feel like a lot of the pacifist laws are based primarily in diplomacy, and diplomacy itself is sort of flawed in that, like, it doesn't really exist with the AI in most cases. In a lot of cases, even if the AI has every reason in existence to be like, yo, we're good, let's be friends, they won't be friends. No matter what, they always just like to fight. And I mean, I can't blame them. Who doesn't like to fight, right? Okay, let's send this scout ship down here, and we'll have them shoot probes around and see what they can find. And I think after that, we're pretty much done. Yeah, this fleet I'm actually gonna stick back into Carius, because that'll lower their upkeep. And then, yeah, we're just looping back around to our siege fleets at that point. I wish that when they were sieging, they didn't show up on the fleets not doing anything button, because that's kind of misleading too. A swarm of locusts. Pirates are rarely at the forefront of new technologies, but this time they have cutting-edge military systems and are producing ships equipped with advanced fighter and bomber squadrons. That was the pirate behemoth we blew up last time. The carrier ships themselves are not very impressive, repurposed freighters and cargo vessels, but they are loading them with swarms of small but effective interceptors. These new craft are appearing all over the galaxy, threatening trade, travel, and sentient lives. It is time to put rivalries aside, get together, and stamp out this new pirate menace. New tactics and technologies are being used, and whoever takes out more of the pirate fleet is likely to have an edge in learning and adopting them. Pirates are deploying new ships with fighters and bombers. This threat to galactic order and your imperial plans must be stopped. So the first place will get heavy fighters and heavy bombers, as well as 300 manpower. I can live with that. Let's find some pirate fleets, guys. Let's actually go find that quest real quick, because I want to go after those pirate fleets. In less than 4 turns, possess 2 ships of at least 594 offensive power. How do I not have that? That is actually beyond me. Let's see if we can locate these guys. Looks like there's one right here waiting for us. That's perfect. Heal up everybody, and then get them, boys. Take them out. Oh yeah, that's an easy fight for us. We left on hull plating, so hopefully, yeah, they're heavy projectiles, so they're done. Bye, Felicia. There's 2 more of them right there, and right there. So if we actually get this fleet over here soon enough, they'll be able to engage both of those fleets, which will give us a huge advantage in that group quest. I'm actually very excited about that. And our siege ships are about to land on that system, which will make it much, much easier for us to siege. And our fleet commander has leveled up. We'll go ahead and get more health for our units. Excellent, excellent. Sisters of Mercy is growing. And everybody is building things. Couldn't ask for much more than that. We have finished our final technologies, so now it is time for us to begin grabbing more technologies. And the question is, what do we want to do? We can focus on behemoth techs, which will allow us to go more behemoth heavy, or actually at this point, we should either shore up our tier 3 science, or we should go after the next tier of military. I think what I want to do here is shore up a little bit of our science, mainly just because I want to get another hacking operation, which is right there. So we'll do that one for sure. And then this is terraforming, which isn't terrible, but it's also not something we necessarily have to have. Okay. You would give us optic research labs and interrogate. That's not necessarily great. Squadron shifter, adamantine repair bots is nice. Squadron shifter is not particularly useful for us. Antimatter reshield is actually really interesting if you run a shield heavy fleet. But we're not necessarily doing that, so I don't know if that's something we want to focus on. Many, many decisions. This one is actually great just for increasing the movement of all your behemoths, so we may get that, but that's not really tier 3. I think we'll do autonomous materials here, and I think after that we're gonna go and focus in primarily on the military stuff up here in tier 4. So with that in mind, what we're gonna do is look at potentially the Juggernaut and the Obliterator. I haven't actually... I don't tend to use the Obliterators that much. I'm not a military player, so it could be fun to do that. Let's go for the Obliterator there. Let's also go for the Juggernaut, because we can do both at this point. Let's get Universal Aerodynamics. That's 3 of the 4 we need, because that'll give us more CP, and more CP just means more power. And then we could go with Advanced Game Theory or Tensor Algorithms, although I think what we really want is that or this. Cloaked Ambush, that's what we want. There we go. Okay, so that is all of our new tier military tech, and unfortunately, guys, I think that is going to be it for this episode. Sad, sad times, because we are kicking butt and taking names. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the episode, go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more or just know when the next one goes up, then go ahead and click the subscribe button and make sure to ding that bell notification symbol so that you actually get notified when stuff is coming to you. Oh, Serta's been reached by our hack, by the way. 2 turns out, guys, 2 turns out. Anyways, click the notification bell, otherwise YouTube will be like, you were kidding, right? You didn't want to know, you just wanted us to beam that off into endless space and never actually tell you. But you didn't, you wanted to know, so make sure you click it. Thanks for watching, guys, I'll see you next time, bye!